Hello, all you cyberheads.
The house will be in order.
R&B Talk. R&B Talk. R&B Talk. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. R&B Talk. R&B Talk. Let's talk about it.
All right. Good morning, folks. Welcome to the Urban Heat, R&B Talk on a Thursday. My name's Steve Gooseby, going solo today. Rich Sports, he's on vacation. He'll be back next Thursday, and we're going to pick it up right where we left off. But got a great show for you today. A lot is going on in the world of real estate and mortgages. Trump is proposing a 50-year mortgage as opposed to a 30. So we're going to talk about that. I got my guy from Clear Capital who's standing by, so we're going to talk to him all about that, interest rates and everything that has to do with mortgages. Also, the Karen Reed trial. If you saw season 1, season 2, and you had enough of that, right? Well, I'm telling you right now, season 3 is even better, man. And I'm being sarcastic when I say season 3, but the stuff that's coming out during the Karen Reed civil suit that hasn't even really started yet is just crazy. So I'm gonna be talking to my guy, Laugh and Grind. There's a whole lot of things going on. We're gonna talk a little bit of Patriots and so on and so on. And welcome and thank you for joining me today. And I want you to meet my guy Anton. Anton, how you doing, man?
Doing great, Steve. Good to see you. You're looking great as ever.
Good to see you, man. It's been a long time. How's the mortgage business going for you?
Mortgage is doing great. You know, rates have been going down lately. You know, we were at close to 8, sometimes past 8% just a year and a half, 2-3 years ago. Now we're in the low to mid 6s. So that's helping a lot of families out there.
Okay. So I'm sure you heard about Trump, man. He's trying to make home ownership a little bit more affordable. Prices have been high. Even in a bad market, prices are still high. Even when they come down a little bit, they're still high. So he's proposing a 50-year mortgage. Now, I have my thoughts about it, but realistically, you're the pro. So I want to get your opinion. What are the pros and cons if this thing even happens, man? What are the pros and cons of having a 50-year mortgage?
Well, I mean, just like you shared, President Trump recently floated that idea of getting a 50-year mortgage going for the American home buyers, and the Federal Housing Finance Agency is actually considering it. You know, the biggest benefit would be to create a low monthly payment for new home buyers. And therefore, you know, the idea is in the long term, expanding the home ownership access for, you know, everyday average American people.
Good. Sounds like, so. I mean, are you good? Are you for that? Or what does it do for you as a mortgage broker? Does that help you?
Well, it has both pros and cons, Steve. Okay. Why 50 years mortgage? The immediate benefits would be the easier, lower monthly payment. Okay, because the mortgage payment is going to be spread out over 600 payments, 600 months, which is 50 years instead of 30 years, which is 360 months. So the number one, the immediate effect of that is going to be a low monthly payment. So it's going to help lower the monthly payment. However, you know, it's going to come with some cost.
Yeah. Now, on average, I don't know if you know the numbers offhand. I don't mean to put you on the spot. How many people actually pay off their house in 30 years?
I think that on average, the most home buyers do not keep their mortgage for 30 years. Most home buyers will end up refinancing or selling their home within the first 7 to 10 years of owning the home. So that's where the idea of the 50-year mortgage may not be a bad idea, because most people is not going to keep that mortgage for 50 years. I'll go over some of the pros. Okay. First, the low monthly payment, and therefore you're going to increase your your buying power. For those home buyers who are trying to get into an area where it's higher cost, it's really hard. And if the numbers and the debt to income ratio is too tight, they can't really get the home they want. But with a 50-year mortgage, that may be able to nudge them into being able to buy in an area that they really want to buy because of the lower monthly payment. Another benefit would be, for example, an investor. Let's say an investor who wants to buy multiple properties, and all they really care about is cash flow. So the low monthly payment would work for that investor. And if that's going to enable them to buy maybe 2 or 3 properties at the same time because you can afford it on paper, so that they can get more properties into their portfolio immediately, then that could be a benefit as well. So that's the benefit. However, the cost would be, for example, I crunched some numbers actually for you and the folks that are tuning in right now. The average median home price is around mid 400s or so in America, and so with 10 to 12% down,
right?
The median loan amount would be about 400,000. So on a 400,000 loan amount, if you were to do a 30-year fixed mortgage at 6.5%, your monthly payment is going to be $25-28 per month, principal and interest.
Gotcha.
That means that over the life of the loan, let's say if you keep that mortgage for 30 years, your total payment is going to add up to about $510,000, right? Combined interest and principal. Now, if you were, however, to, get into a 50-year mortgage, the same loan amount of 400,000, but at a slightly high interest rate, because when you stretch the term of the loan, the lender usually would raise the interest rate a little bit. So instead of 6.5, you'd probably be looking at a high interest rate. In this case, let's say it's 6.75. Your monthly payment, because it's spread over 50 years instead of 30, is going to be 23.30, okay, instead of 25.28. However, over 50 years, your lifetime payment is going to be $1.398 million. Okay, so the difference between a 30-year fixed mortgage and a 50-year fixed mortgage is about $498,000 more in interest over the extra 20 years that you pay for it.
So they're getting a mortgage, 50-year mortgage. So the rate, in your opinion, they're going to raise the rate because you're doing it 50 years as opposed to 30. But it still saves them money, even though they raise the rate. It sounds like they'll be trying to make up the difference from a 30-year.
Right. And, my advice for home buyers out there is this. I mean, if you are looking at a 30-year mortgage versus a 50-year mortgage.
Yeah.
And if the monthly payment, the difference between the two programs is about what? $200, right? The question is that $200 going to make a big difference in terms of your family's cash flow?
Right.
If you can afford to pay that extra $200 per month, you're much better off.
Okay.
Going with a 30-year fixed mortgage.
So I'm kind of for it and I'm kind of against it. I think having a 50-year mortgage will give more people an opportunity to afford a home. You may not get the luxury of equity that you would if you had a 30-year, but it would get people into a home. Okay, so yeah, most people don't pay off the loan anyways. I mean, there's pros and cons with it. Again, that person that dreamed of buying a property, 50 years might help them.
I completely agree with you, Steve.
And at the end of the day, the real flex on that is you own the place.
Yes.
Maybe not technically because you're still paying the mortgage on it, but you're not renting the property anymore.
No, that's completely right. I think that, if you look at the statistics done by all the different financial institutions, by the time that you hit the age of 60, 65, close to retirement age, more, if not most, of an average American retirement age at the retirement age, most, if not more, of their net worth is going to come from their real estate. Okay, so if you own a primary home or maybe even a second home,
Yeah.
most Americans by the age of retirement, most of their net worth is actually tied to real estate. So that says that in order to be better off than the average American, you would want to get into at least your primary home and start as soon as you can. Because I think and I believe that home ownership in America is still the number one wealth building tool, right? I think it's the greatest equalizer.
Yeah, real estate's still one of the quickest way to make money. Still.
Right. I mean, I think that, most Americans probably don't have $1,000 or $2,000 set aside to put into an investment or a retirement account per month. But since you have to pay for housing anyhow, right? Instead of paying for rent, you can actually get into a house. You have more commitment up front, and you have more to worry about. But if you're going to be paying rent, you might as well, pay into your own mortgage, so that over time you force yourself to build up equity. You benefit from long-term value appreciation, and along the way, you get tax benefits.
Right. Okay. All right. So are you for it or are you against it? What do you think? What are your thoughts?
I think that overall, if you wanted to get into a home, to buy your own home, and at the current rate, with 30-year fixed mortgages, you're not able to get into a home, then yeah, I would say go for a 50-year mortgage if that enables you to get into your first home. Because with your first home, it's like a stepping stone. It will help you build the next, dominoes. So yes, I'm all for it, as long as you have a strategy behind it, right? Get into it, okay? Have an affordable mortgage in the short term, and always be on the lookout to refinance back out into maybe a shorter term mortgage in the future.
Right. I'm for it as well. I think it gives you more leverage to do other things. And now if you're doing it for appreciation purposes, you're probably not going to win on that in the long term. But again, I think it just gives you more wiggle room, whether you're an investor or whether you're just a consumer trying to purchase a property. So I like it. I'm not mad at it. It's not the greatest loan in terms of, again, equity, but I like it overall because it gives you an opportunity to go ahead and get you a home and to use it as leverage to do other things. So all right, a couple of more questions, then I'm gonna let you go because I have another guest coming up. And by the way, again, Laugh and Grind, he'll be on shortly. We're gonna talk about the Karen Reed trial, and INDY from Set It Off Records. She's got a hot new song. I'm gonna play that for you, and she's gonna be in studio live at 11 o'clock. So we got those people coming up shortly, folks. Where do you see the market going, man? And with all this new technology, things going to the blockchain, I don't even know how much you're into the blockchain, but where do you see real estate in the next 5 years? Never mind, the short term, but also the short term as well.
It's for me, I never had a crystal ball. And it's really hard to even try to guess what's going to happen in the next 30 days. Mm-hmm. So, my advice for myself and for all my friends and my clients out there that I always give out is just look at your own numbers and do what makes sense. If you think based on the numbers right now, you can afford to get into a home, go ahead and buy it, right? People's going to say home price is going to go down in 3 months, 3 years. Look what happened in the last 10 years. Hasn't done that. Okay. What goes up will come down. I believe that. But when and by how much? If you're listening to other people saying that, hey, it's gone up for the last 12, 15 years, it's going to go down. Right. Sure. I believe that too. But while you're waiting for prices to go down, you'll be continuing to pay somebody else's mortgage through the form of rent, right? So if you're paying $2,500, $3,000 a month, that's $30,000, $40,000 per year in the next couple of years, which could go toward your monthly mortgage payment. So if you are able to afford getting to a home right now, I'd say
Yep.
do it. Okay, because you're going to build equity, appreciation is going to happen. You're going to get tax benefits.
Okay. And rates are low. Where are interest rates right now?
Right now, the average 30-year fixed mortgage rate's probably somewhere in the low sixes.
Low sixes. Okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
And that's low comparing to where it was not long ago, but it was even lower years ago.
Well, I mean, it used to be in the twos and the threes.
Man. Yeah.
I don't know if we ever will get back to that point, but just my belief is that if you can afford to get into real estate right now, get into your first home, just do it. And then, as you build more equity, more appreciation, you can tap into your first, equity from the first home. When prices come down or rates come down further, you can get into the second or third property at that point.
All right. Well, thanks, Anton. We got to link up, man, soon as well. Give the folks your information if they want to get in contact with you.
If you have any question, just reach out to me at 617-379-6166.
All right, brother, man. We'll talk soon, man. Thank you.
Good to see you, Steve. Take care.
All right. Yeah, 50-year mortgage, man. Trump is proposing a 50-year mortgage. It sounds crazy, but I just think that if your dream is to own a home, where prices are, even when they come down, things are still high. So a 50-year mortgage might put you in position where you can afford to buy a property. So I'm all for it, man. Now, if you're trying to build equity and things like that, you're probably not going to build a whole lot on a 50-year mortgage. Most people don't pay off their mortgages anyways, but I think it's a good leveraging tool. So I'm all for it. Even for investors, I think it's a great leveraging tool. All right. So, folks, the Karen Reed trial, you saw trial 1, you saw trial 2, and here we are about to get into the civil trial. And I know I got tired of it after the second trial ended, I was kind of done with it. She was found not guilty. I was done, and that was it. I had no idea that with the civil trial, some of the things that have come up, it's like season 3 of Karen Reed, and I got my guy from Laugh and Grind on the line now, and he's going to help me kind of break some of this off. We don't have a lot of time because I do have another guest coming on, but let's talk about this Karen Reed thing, man. The fallout has just been ridiculous since the verdict of not guilty over the summer. Now, from Proctor, who was fired, and there's a whole list of names of people that have resigned, disciplined. I mean, is that normal in a case where a person is found not guilty? I mean, I know the answer, but I got to make sure I'm not dreaming here about all this stuff that's going on.
Steve, you are not dreaming. It's not typical. It's not very common. If someone's found not guilty, you typically will not have this mudslide domino effect of multiple police officers being reprimanded or disciplined or forced retired or resignation. So what you're thinking is correct. It's not common. It's not your norm.
All right, let's talk about Michael Proctor real quick. He was fired because the board found his conduct compromised the integrity of the Massachusetts State Police and, of course, the public trust.
Correct.
And, the trust is a real big thing, especially after watching the first 2 trials.
Right.
Now, supposedly he had an app that deleted the emails and was supposed to delete all his text messages, which it did. Yep. But what he did not think about was the information was still in the cloud. And so they got access to that. And now all hell is breaking loose. His phone is like the most important thing when it comes to Karen Reed right now. What are your thoughts on all that? And some of the things on the phone.
Yeah, so I think like right off the bat, when he lost his job, it wasn't obviously just because of the Karen Reed case. It was a combination of things over the years. That I think the Karen Reed trial was like the icing on the cake or the cherry on top. But knowing that he had an app, number one, that deleted everything but did not go into the cloud, the fact that there was just the intent to delete things is a problem to me. And now that they were able to find it over the last 13 years in that cloud, they're saying it's estimated almost 19 cases and counting that those text messages are going to affect even people that are guilty or people that are actually jailed innocently. it's going to have an enormous ripple effect, enormous, and it's just getting started.
So some of these folks that are guilty might be let out, you think, or reduce sentences. What do you think will happen?
I think when they go through their appeal process with their attorneys, there's a very good chance. If the truth is, Steve, if someone's actually guilty, the text messages aren't going to matter. If they're guilty, they're guilty. The evidence lines up. But you might be seeing reduced sentences if some of the information and evidence that was presented was actually done unlawfully and illegally without proper warrants and procedures followed. There's a very good chance that you're going to see people with reduced sentences. Will they be released? Maybe. But I would say more is reduced sentences what you're going to see there.
Okay. Now, they also found on his phone, besides all the emails and text messages, they found intimate body parts, and it just takes me back to the first Karen Reed trial when Michael Proctor was on the stand and under oath, and he admitted to saying, as he was going through her phone, no nudes so far. Those are his words. And then you find out after they get his phone that he has intimate body parts. So I'm thinking, like, so what was he doing? Was he arresting people or going through cases, going through people's phones and saving their personal pictures and body parts on his phone? What are your thoughts on that?
My thought, if I could assume, my humble opinion is yes. I believe that he was most likely going through potential suspects' phones and then finding some intimate photos and then saving them or sending them to people. Obviously, that is not allowed. That's not allowed even if you were not a police officer, right? But yeah, I believe that's exactly what he was doing. It's just my opinion there, but I do believe it wasn't Elizabeth, his wife. I believe it wasn't him. There was additional people there that were not related to him that he had in his phone.
Wow, unbelievable, man. And I'm sure there are other things, and with the civil trial coming up, there are a lot of things that are going to be brought up in the civil trial that you didn't hear in trial 1 and trial 2. You have any idea what some of those things might be?
You're going to hear from people that we weren't allowed to hear from in trial 2. You're going to hear and see evidence that wasn't allowed in trial 2. Like my big, and this is more than an opinion, we're moving towards fact. We're going to know more about that garage. We're going to know more about the quote unquote paint splatter that you saw on that ledge in the garage. All the stuff that was not admissible in criminal, because you need to have more proof of that evidence to be admissible in criminal court versus civil. You will see more of that in civil. You will hear from more people in civil. You will see a lot more text messages and phone call deletions and all that. You will see a lot more data in the civil case.
Wow. Now you, I was watching you a couple of days ago, and you was talking about the shoe. Help me out and help people understand the shoes, by the way. And before we do that, let me just give them an idea what we're talking about here. So now this is the shoe that was shown. I'm going to show a quick video of it. This is the shoe that was shown. I believe it was trial 1. They showed this shoe, which is the left from the left foot, I believe.
Yes. Yep. If you notice, they're all in the snow. And you see how they look dirty? The white part and the bottom part, they look dirty.
Yeah. So that was from trial 1, correct?
Correct. Yep. That was Lieutenant Tully holding.
So this is what they showed in trial 2. Now take a look at this.
See how white it looks?
Wow. You saw how white the bottom was there?
Yeah, there's not a single blemish on it. It's like it just came out of the orange box.
It looked like the first shoe was from the left foot, and then the second one I showed you from the second trial, that was from the right foot.
The right foot.
So they didn't even bring the right shoe.
Nope.
Why was that?
So to me, there's a reason why. They definitely didn't go into the same evidence bag to grab the shoe. In my opinion, that is not the right shoe. That's not the same shoe at all. That is too new. If you guys are, being from New England, and anyone who has snow, if you have a black shoe and it's rolled up in the snow, like we saw in the video that you just showed us, you would have a salt ring on your shoe. You'd have salt lines on your shoe. That shoe looks like it literally just came out of the orange Nike box. It looks too new. But if you look at the bottom of his shoes in the video at CF McCarthy's bar, you'll see it's gray and, like dirty, like worn. But those ones that Yuri Buchanan that you just showed, those are too new. Those are not the same shoes.
Yeah. And from what I'm hearing, Higgins will be called to the stand, and pretty much just about everyone who didn't testify the first time but was heavily involved, they're going to be taking a stand as witnesses on the civil suit.
Yep.
I just keep thinking about John O'Keefe's mother, man, and you know, she's under a lot of pressure because she's seen and heard all the evidence from both sides, and as a mother, you know, to lose your child, man, that's got to be tough. But then to go through the trial and see all the evidence and hear what they're telling you, but hear the opposite, man.
Yeah,
that's got to be tough for someone like her, man. What do you?
Yeah.
I know you can't get into her mind, but I can only imagine what she's thinking at this point.
Yeah, I will say I've been pretty consistent on my thoughts about Peggy O'Keefe. Number one, she's lost 2 kids. She lost her daughter and she's lost John. I don't believe a parent should ever bury their child.
Right.
I believe deep down, Peggy just wants justice for her son. You know, I don't think honestly she's on either side. I think she's heavily influenced by the side she's on. But I just think at the end of the day, if they find out that it's somebody else responsible, I don't think Peggy's going to say that's a lie. I think it's Karen. I think she just wants justice for her son, and she doesn't care where she stands on what side of the aisle. She just wants answers for John.
Right. And then the last question I got for you,
Sure.
What are your thoughts on at this point the public trust? Because not only with the Karen Reed trial, but we had the cadet. Was he a cadet? I know he was in training. The guy that was
beat up. He was in the boxing accident. Yeah.
Right. There's so many issues. There's the Birchman issue in Stoughton. What are your thoughts on the public's trust at this point as a whole? Because a lot has happened just in the last couple of years where we got some bad police officers out there.
Yeah, I think when you have Karen, Sandra Birchmore, you got Brian Walsh out of Cohasset, Massachusetts, but that Proctor was involved with. I think when it comes down to trust, I think it's at an all-time low. I think there needs to be more than just reform. You need to revamp the entire training policy. You need more transparency and visibility. What happened to, I believe his name is Enrique, the boxing accident.
Yeah.
That's not a boxing accident. The injuries do not line up to a simple, regular boxing accident. To me, that's not. But I think the trust is at an all-time low. And the only way it's going to be brought up is with transparency, visibility. And it's going to take time. You're not going to get trust in 6 months. It's going to take time.
Wow. And this stuff has been going on it didn't just happen overnight.
No.
The cover up, it just didn't happen when Karen Reed, as they tried to accuse her of killing John O'Keefe. And listen, it's
been
bad.
a while. This is just the first
bad.
time they've been caught. But I think this has been going on for quite some time. And now they're starting to have to answer for what's been happening.
Right. Well, listen, man, I don't want to take up any more of your time. You want to give the folks your detailed information if they want to look you up or?
Yeah, absolutely. If you guys want to look us up on TikTok, it's Laugh and Grind Official. So you can find us right there, and we're live every single day. Feel free to ask whatever questions you guys want.
All right, man. Thanks for joining me, man. We'll talk soon.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Steve.
All right. That's my guy from Laugh Out Loud. I'm sorry, Laugh and Grind, I should say. The Karen Reed trial, man. I'm telling you, man, if you saw trial 1 and trial 2 and the stuff that's coming out, the Michael Proctor thing with the phone, the information, the emails and the intimate pictures on his phone, just think about it. You're getting pulled over by a police officer and you're being accused of whatever you're being accused of. Next thing you know, your phone is evidence. They're going through your phone, and I don't know whose body parts are on his phone, but it's from someone who was arrested over the years that he arrested or some case that he investigated. And all you have to do is go back and look at what he said as he was going through Karen Reed's phone. He was doing this with it just seems like he was doing it with everyone, you know? The state's got a problem. The state has a problem, and they know it. I think damage control is big right now. I can't call it. But I'll tell you this, watching what's going on and the amount of people that are being disciplined, whether they were fired, whether they were demoted, I don't think it's going to end there. I think with some of the stuff that comes out in the civil trial, I don't even know why they filed. Well, this is the O'Keefe family that filed the civil suit, but the people that are going to have to come on the stand as witnesses, we're going to find out a lot of things that was not allowed during the first and the second trial. Yeah. All right. So again, that was Laugh and Grind, and we'll be talking about Karen Reed in detail some more as we go along and as things happen. In a few minutes, we're going to be talking to INDY, who's from Set It Off Records. She's got a new song out. It's called Can You? And give me a minute, and we'll be back. We'll be back with her, and we'll talk about some other things. We got some other things going on. Trump is trying to give you a $2,000 dividend check. I want you to think about that. We'll talk about it in a few minutes. All right, Urban Heat, R&B Talk, y'all. Give me a minute. I'll be right back. All right, listen to the Urban Heat, R&B Talk on a Thursday. Got this beautiful young lady. She's going to be in here in a few minutes. Her name is INDY. We'll be talking to her about this project here. So give me a minute, and and we'll chat with her. But real quick, let's oh man, those vocals. She'll be here shortly, y'all. But yeah, let's talk about President Trump, who is offering everyone from middle to lower class a $2,000 dividend check. I want to know what your thoughts are about it. Give me a call at 617-238-7111. The money's supposed to be coming from the tariffs. Yeah, what are your thoughts about it? A $2,000 dividend check from Donald Trump. Yes. Now, personally, I don't think it's enough. I don't think it's enough. We all know about inflation. We all know what it costs to go to grocery stores and come out with bags of groceries is not what it used to be. And so that $2,000, I mean, are you going to accept a check? Especially you folks that don't like Trump. A lot of you do not like Donald Trump. And I only say that because, you know, and I'm not saying that I like him. There's just people who, when they see him, when they hear him talk, that vein pops up. You know that vein in the corner of your head or on the side of your neck? It pops up with a lot of folks when they hear and see Donald Trump. They really despise him. So are you going to accept that check? That is one question I have. 617-238-7111. Are you in? Wait, we got a phone call. That was pretty quick. Hello, welcome to the Urban Heat.
What's up, Steve? It's me, man. Rich Sports. How you doing, brother?
Hey, what's good? How are you, man?
Hey, Rich. Hey, Steve, listen, just call it in, man. I'm listening to your show. Good show going on, man. Just want to make a few comments.
Yep.
That was some good stuff on the Cameron Reed trial, that all the stuff that's going on with Michael Proctor. And, hey, I tell you what, I'm surprised he's not brought up on charges with all the stuff from his phone, you know?
I mean, it could happen. It definitely could happen. I mean, we're not, you know, he's not out of the woods. And, you know, the one thing I wanted to ask him about or discuss with him, but you and I can have a conversation. So Michael Proctor, no one knows where he is right now. He's not staying at his home with his wife. Rumor has it that they have fallen out. Rumor has it that he's staying with his sister. I also heard a rumor that he checked himself in at some institution in Belmont, and that he's going through it right now. So, you know, this went from him being fired to him trying to get his job back, and from the state getting access to his cloud on his phone and recovering those intimate text messages and emails. So
yeah, because with this civil trial coming up with Cameron Reed, I understand his family, the officers, O'Keefe's family suing and everything. But I tell you, they should even be looking at suing the police in Canton and also the state police for the way they fabricated the case. That should be a reason for a civil suit. The
whole case. I mean, you want to talk about how to not cover up something. They did everything wrong. They just did everything wrong. And I mean, honestly, Steve, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I think Cameron Reed's she's gonna win this civil case. That's just my personal I believe
opinion.
she's gonna win it as well. I believe she's gonna win it as well. I mean, it's some of the stuff they did is so bad, from those red cups to not sectioning off the crime scene, is so basic. I think they were so accustomed to doing stuff like that, and having the power that they had no idea that Cameron Reed would really defend herself. And
one of the things, Steve, I want to say about the civil case: how can you find someone guilty in a civil case if you find out that evidence by the law enforcement was fabricated? How can you find her guilty in that civil case? You know what I'm saying?
And it wasn't even proven that she even hit him or had anything to do with it. The terrible thing about all this, at the end of the day, evidence pointed more towards a cover-up than her being. Now, there's some people that have been found not guilty, but in real life, they were guilty. They did it. It just wasn't proven. There's that.
That's right.
And that's not
That's right.
with Karen Reed. That's not it.
Exactly.
It's not even like she got off. She didn't. The evidence points to that she didn't do it, that she never hit him, and everything that you needed to see to prove that she might have did it, they couldn't prove it. The tail light.
They couldn't prove it, Steve. And
Right.
it seemed, Steve, to me, it was an effort. I mean, a real wholehearted effort to cover up everything and make it seem like she did it. Seemed like there was too many issues with the evidence. I mean, if you get one or two issues of mishandling evidence, okay. Cops do that all the time, law enforcement. But Steve, it was across the board.
Yeah.
It was across the board.
I mean,
hopefully she wins the civil suit, Steve, and justice prevailed once already. And I feel bad for O'Keefe's mother. That's the person, like the gentleman on the phone before me said. Hopefully she gets justice and find out who killed her son. But to pivot right quick, Steve, because I know you got guests coming up. Hey man, this $2,000. How do you feel about this? Is this bribe money? Is this just to make the American public feel good because the Democrats won all of those elections recently? How do you feel? What's your take on it?
I think everything's done for a reason. I just don't know what the purpose behind it is yet. But I mean, I think people should definitely take the money. It's $2,000 that you didn't have. Take the money. Whether it comes from Trump or whoever's in office, take the money. The same thing. They did the same thing with COVID. And supposedly it's coming from the tariffs. And a lot of money has come in from the tariffs that no one's really have been talking about. I mean, if you listen to the Democrats, they'll tell you that the tariffs is hurting us and that this is going to happen and all the scare tactics, and none of that stuff has happened.
Well, Steve, the only problem I have with this money, same thing I had with the COVID money, when they were giving out the $1,400, the $1,200, and the $600. Those were the checks, the intermediate checks.
Yeah.
The only problem I have, Steve, they base it on income. Steve, I pay taxes. I don't care if I'm making $150,000 a year. If I'm a taxpayer, give me my check too.
Yeah, I guess I guess that explains why I didn't get one the last round.
Yeah. So
I was like, I didn't get one.
Steve, if they're gonna give out the $2,000, that's why exactly, Steve. I didn't get one either. Neither one of those checks.
Wow.
So Steve, if they're gonna give out this $2,000, it's not gonna change my life. But I'm a taxpayer, and you know what? Don't put an income on this. Middle income, lower income. Listen, give me my $2,000 back, because you know what? I could use that to pay my taxes at the end of the year.
What are your thoughts on, because Trump is also talking about there's supposed to be a 90-day stoppage of the IRS so that they can be investigated for fraud, because some of the stuff that's being said is employees of the IRS, they don't pay taxes. They don't pay taxes. And it's not that you know, they get the job and part of their benefit is that they won't pay taxes, but you know, they're supposed to pay taxes. They're just not paying it, but they're harassing us for the money, our tax money.
Well, Steve, I'm gonna be honest with you. I have no problem with that, because I had an issue last year. They took $3,500 out of my savings and checking account at one of my banks, and they said it was from a tax payment that I didn't file my taxes. And once me and my wife went, because we have an accountant and he's really good, he's been doing it for over 40 years. Once we went and got the tax from like 2022 and sent it to them, they refunded the money. And my thing is, Steve, we got every tax return from the past 30 years. People say after 10 years or 6 years, throw them away. Man, Steve, I got all that stuff in a drawer. I never throw that stuff away. You know, so this is to tell people, don't ever throw your tax return away, especially if you don't have a certified accountant who keeps the stuff on record. But honestly, Steve, I have no problem with him doing that. Yep. I wish he would make it more efficient, where they do a better job at doing your tax returns, and that you don't have to go jump over hoops to get in touch with somebody at the Internal Revenue Service.
Right.
So I have no problem with that.
I don't have a problem with it either. and rumor has it he's trying to get rid of the IRS. I know when it comes to crypto and certain investments, if those companies are here in the U.S., you're not going to have, and you make money on it, you're not going to have to pay capital gains taxes.
Well, one more thing, Steve, before I let you go. This
Yep.
is how I feel about the IRS. Just charge us a flat tax. Get rid of the filing taxes every year. Charge us a flat tax. Take the
Right.
money out my check one time and let that be it. And don't be bothered anymore. I would wish we could do that instead of worrying about filing taxes every year, man.
Yeah, who are you telling, man? I mean, I always said that, the amount of taxes that we pay, basically they're the pimps, and we're the you know what.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, see, just take the money from me, and don't let me be bothered about writing this off right now. Just take the money up front and forget about the tax return. It could alleviate the IRS if you just take the money up front, Steve, just do a flat tax across the board and take the money and let us go about our business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that, man. I'm with you on that. So basically, let them do it. Let them go ahead and do the investigation and find out whatever they can find out, and hopefully they'll shut the IRS down and none of us have to pay taxes anymore.
Yeah, just just do it however he's going to do it. Take the taxes however they do it, and in this point in time, do we really need an agency with all the computer data? Just take the money from your check every week,
right?
Let it go into the national fund or whatever, and Steve, that be the end of it. Don't have people scrambling at the end of the year trying to file taxes and everything,
Right. I'm with it, man. Hey, I do want to talk some Patriots with you real quick, man. So the game on tonight. So if you have YouTube, normally you can watch the game on that or any Disney channel, but they're going through something right now. So most people, unless you have Prime, you're not going to be able to watch the game tonight. So what are your thoughts on that?
Steve, fortunately for me, I've had Amazon Prime for years because I shop at Whole Foods, so I have an account with them. So I've been watching the games the past couple of years actually on my phone.
Right.
If I'm not at home and I'm in the car or if I'm at my local gym and they don't have it on there, some gyms don't even have it now because they don't want to pay for it. But
right.
I watch it on my phone. I sit in my car, watch it on my phone if I'm sitting somewhere, or once I get in the house, I pick it up. But yeah, Steve, you know what? I'm going to be honest. I'm all over the place right now with the NBA. I'm chasing NBA games, Apple TV, Peacock, Amazon. Man, Steve, I don't know what channel games are on anymore, man. I'm all over the damn place right now, man. It's very confusing because, you know what? All you want to do is turn on your TV and watch the damn games. When it's on ESPN like last night, I was good with that.
Okay.
But, Steve, you know what it's all about. It's all about making us pay more.
It's all about the dollar. Yeah, they want us to, and I refuse to do it, man. I'm not going to have 10 different apps to watch TV. I'm not doing it, man. I'm not jumping apps either. Right now. So if I don't see the game, I used to have Prime. I don't have it right now. And I refuse to pay for it. So if I'm going to watch a game, I'm going to either watch it at somebody's house or I'm going to go to the bar and watch it.
Well,
that's what I'm doing.
I've been doing lately, Steve, at 11 o'clock at night or 12:30. When I'm up late anyway, I turn on ESPN Sports Center, and in 1 hour, I've caught up for the whole day or whole evening of NBA games, seeing the highlights, Steve.
Right.
And that keeps me caught up with everything, man.
All right.
The games I don't watch, I'm fine with that at this point in my life,
All right. Hey, thanks, Rich, man. We'll get up later on.
All right, man. See you. Thanks, bro.
I appreciate you, man. All right. That was Rich from Rich Sports talking a little bit of Patriots right there. All right. So my guest is here. Let me get her lined up. And if you don't know who she is, check this out real quick.
Your eyes pull me near. Voice like a spell, drowning out my fears. One touch, take my breath away. Come closer, baby. I'm here to stay. We're wasting time. Are you mine tonight? You feel the same way that I do.
Yeah, say it again, baby. Hey, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for INDY. Yes. Pull up to the mic just a little bit.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, hey, not a problem at all. This record is on fire. I mean, both of that, especially with DJs and women, all great feedback. Great feedback on the song. So, let me ask you real quick. Let me just bring this down a little bit, and we can get right into it. Boom, 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 boom. Yes. All right, INDY. I love the name, by the way. Talk to me. Tell the folks about, they don't know you. So who's INDY? Tell me who INDY is.
INDY is just a girl.
Mm-hmm.
INDY's
I can
just a
see that.
girl. No. INDY. I am proud to be Black and Indian.
Okay.
I've been given that name over the years.
Right.
And I just rock with it. People that know me, people that don't know me, it just automatically just kind of rolls off their tongue.
Right. So you're from Providence.
From Providence.
Born and raised?
Born and raised. Spent probably my late teens, early 20s, mainly in New York, Queens. New England girl, basically.
Got you. And you've been singing from day one since you was a kid?
Since I was a kid, yeah. I love music. Something about it from the womb. Just gotta have it. As soon as
now, did you go to school?
Hit the floor.
Did you go to school for anything, Berkeley or anything like that? Or you just naturally
Not
gifted?
for music.
Wow. So you're naturally gifted.
Thank you, Steve.
Wow. Okay, so you got this hot new record here called Can You. What were you doing just the past several months ago? Because I want you to tell the story about how you met the guy and who the guy is that worked with you and put out this record, man.
Oh boy. This story, I have been telling it for the last few weeks. And each time it's still just like as if it just happened. I was with a friend of mine.
Yeah.
And we were coming back from an appointment, taking public transportation on the bus.
Okay.
And we missed the bus.
You wasn't with us when we was riding the bus. You know?
So I said, you know what? Let's walk to a different spot where we have a chance of catching more buses.
Right.
When we got to the top of the street, there was a KFC there. And the wedges are back. That's how this all happened.
Mm-hmm.
There was a sign saying that the wedges were back, so we both went in to get some.
Right.
As we went in, there was a gentleman standing there at the counter. I think that.
And this was KFC, you said?
KFC.
KFC wedges, y'all.
I was trying to read the menu. My friend kept asking me how much the wedges are. I'm telling her, like, girl, I don't work here. We both just came in here together. Like, I don't know how much they are. He interjected and proceeded to ask me my name.
Who's he?
The gentleman that was standing to the side of me.
Oh, okay.
So I said, my name's INDY, blah, blah, blah. He said, oh, okay, I'm just wanting to know. I wasn't coming at you like that. I just wanted to know, what do you do? Da, da, da. I said, oh, I'm from Providence. He was like, oh, I could use you in a commercial. So he gave me his number, told me to Google him. Dwayne Omar, legendary executive producer.
Uh-huh.
I went home a few hours later, Googled him, and then I called. We chopped it up for a little bit. Put me onto the marketing team. And one day in the office, I think he must have come by for lunch or something. And he heard me humming a few bars, I guess.
So this all happened in what, a matter of a month? How long ago did this happen?
Probably less than that.
Jeez. And hold on, wait a minute. So you met Dwayne Omar. You exchanged numbers and everything. You Googled him. And you all were in the studio cutting the record right after?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Jeez. And y'all came up with that?
Chance of a lifetime, right? That very rarely comes around. He's brilliant. That's all I can say. I'm blessed to be working with him.
Right.
Anything he touches is fire. Even like the rough draft. I'm like, oh, that's fire. I'm not done yet. Oh, okay. Excuse me. Sounds done to me.
Right. Right. Yeah, listen. Everything happens for a reason. I can tell you that much. Wow, what a story. You going to KFC to get you some wedges because the wedges were back.
Wedges are back,
hey, the
baby.
wedges were back. Let's go to KFC. And he was what was he in the KFC for? What was he buying?
Oh, I think he was getting a bucket of chicken. Mm-hmm.
I said, oh, no, we want chicken tonight. I go up to the place to get the chicken, and we were both looking at the menu.
Yeah.
And she was complaining about how the menu, they don't have, I said, it looked like a flyer, right? She said, right. And then when I heard her say something, I said, I heard something, right? As a producer, you kind of know cadence and different. I said, then I started asking her a couple of questions. I said, I'm not trying to holler.
Right.
I said, but, because, you know, folks approach somebody like her, and then we kick the Willy Bobo, and ain't even about nothing. I said, Google me.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
mean,
look at what I'm driving. You
Right.
see it, I'm real. And then if you want to do some business, hit me back. And she hit me back like maybe 4 or 5 hours later.
right.
You know,
I mean, you
she
can
called
tell
FBI and
sometimes.
everybody.
Sometimes people have such a distinctive look,
yeah.
and you being a producer and musician and all of that, you saw it.
Mhm.
Do you sing? Just like when we was out
Yeah,
at the spot,
That's
and,
right.
and I said to the girl, "Yo, do you sing at all?" You know. But wow. So everything happens for a reason. So you bump into Dwayne, you create this heck of a song, in my opinion. So growing up back then, did you have aspirations at all doing this professionally, or was it just a hobby?
So I was always part of the chorus in school, choir at church. I've been writing since I was little.
Yeah.
Writing has been more of my main thing. Just jotting stuff down.
Right.
I've gotten so many compliments on my writing, but it's really just how I'm feeling. It's not, I wasn't really trying to pursue writing.
Right.
My singing, like I said, it was always more of a group effort. I've done a few solos here and there. My grandmother owns a restaurant in India. So it's, she does ballroom dancing, and we have karaoke nights. So I used to always open up on karaoke night for her. And I was in my early teens. And I actually had a few people that would come every weekend. They would bring their family and friends, like, oh, we came just to see you. And I'm like, oh. So it just, like you said, it's just, I guess it's just God-given.
Wow. Now I want to go off the grid just a little bit. I'm sure you heard about, I think the story came out last week. There was there's an AI artist. Actually, they have on Billboard now, they have a complete chart dedicated to AI.
Really?
Yeah, and there's, I can't remember the name of the artist, but there's an artist, lady just got a $3 million deal
Get out of
for
town.
doing AI with one of the record labels, and there's a #1 record that's AI out there. Now I gotta go get me a bill. I gotta buy a Billboard again.
Yeah, me too.
You know,
I got to
just-
see what's going on
Just
here.
to see what's going on.
Yeah.
But what are your thoughts on? I have my opinion too. I'll give that to you as well. But what are your thoughts on AI?
As far as music goes,
Yeah.
I guess that's what we're calling it now because it's been going on for a while. I'm sorry.
Hey, you know what?
You know,
Listen,
Is he right? But it's just called something
right.
else.
I
Yeah.
never looked at it that way, but you got a great point.
Excuse me.
it's, you know, here's the thing. Going in the studio and being able to produce something, that's all fine and well. But to come out into the public and ask people to spend their hard-earned money to listen to something that sounds absolutely nothing like
That's not real.
the track,
Right.
I can't condone that. I don't,
Right,
which
right.
is why I personally don't really go to too many shows. It has to be something that I'm really, really interested in.
Yeah.
Because for that matter, I would just listen to
I think it's one of those things like the gift and the curse. I think for bona fide producers and bona fide writers, they can use it in a way. Whereas, just like with DJs, right? Before we were spinning vinyl. I'm from the vinyl days. I spun on vinyl. I was probably one of the last guys to switch over to CDs and MP3s because I hated it.
Right.
But it's an assistant. I don't have to carry all those records anymore. It's a lighter load. I'm better than a lot of those systems anyways. They don't help me. I help them.
Right.
It enhances what I do because I'm already great at it. That's what I feel about. That's what I feel it can do with a producer. Like a producer, you're already good at it. You don't need it. You can do anything better with AI. And some of the stuff that I heard on AI, it's kind of like over. What's the word? Like some
Overproduced,
over
processed.
processed.
Yeah.
it's too perfect,
Right.
and you could tell it's AI,
Right.
and it ain't real. Like
Right.
the rhythms, like
I can't feel that because it didn't come from the soul.
Right, exactly.
Mhm.
Great point. It doesn't come from the soul, so you might like it, but I don't know.
Right.
You know.
Right.
Yeah. So that's a big deal now. But when it comes to you, we don't have to worry about AI because you got the vocals, you got the skills, your writing is there,
Mm-hmm.
and
You're on point.
Appreciate
yeah,
it.
On point like an arrow.
Thank you.
yeah. So what are your main goals from this point?
Well, right now we are working on the album.
Excuse me.
Next single coming out is gonna be Fancy.
Mm-hmm.
Really digging that joint too. You're gonna like it. You're gonna like it.
I got a copy of it.
Oh, okay.
You know what?
Featuring King Titus.
Let me let the
the
folks hear a little
legendary
bit
King
of Fancy.
Titus.
All right. So let them hear a little bit of Fancy.
You make me feel fancy.
Yeah.
You see what others can't see. Treat me sweet, just like candy. Ain't no need for a plan B. Pulling up, holding doors for me.
We can make it look fancy, then head to the backseat. No rush, girl, just ask me. You wish I'm a grandbaby. Girl, you're fancy. You in a position that they can't be. On another level that they can't see. What's your heart desires, baby? Ask me.
You make me feel fancy. Ain't no other for me.
All right, you make me feel fancy. I like that. Okay, now, okay. So when did you do that track?
Ooh, this was a couple days ago.
A couple days
actually.
ago, because what happened is King sent me the track, right? Because he's always cutting stuff,
Right.
and it's funny that I don't have to cut everything anymore.
Oh yeah.
So he sent me the track like about 5 days ago, and I had one of those Pebbles, Vanessa Williams sagas where King had it for another artist.
Right.
I had a problem. I said, King, I need that. I need that for
Right.
Indy.
And that's Dwayne Omar talking, by the way, y'all.
How y'all doing?
Yeah.
So I said, I need that. He said, I said, King, I need that. I said, the check's in the mail. I said, where you want me to send it? She'll tell you. Went to the post office and I overnighted them that day. I said, I want that song. And the reason why I say the Vanessa Williams Pebbles thing, because I remember the song Girlfriend.
Yeah.
It was not for Pebbles. It was for Vanessa Williams, and she had already cut the vocals.
Mm-hmm.
But what happened is that when the executive producer, George Smith, heard it, he was the one behind Bobby when Bobby blew up.
Right.
She told him, she said, I want that song.
Right.
And then he gave somebody a jag and somebody a voice. They got the song. So I had to have the song because I could hear her on it. So
now talk to me about the Who's Got Skills, because I've been hearing about this.
Okay. Who's Got Skills? Rhode Island is already underway. We just started the marketing on Who's Got Skills Massachusetts. Who's Got Skills California? We're heading to Cali next week. Who's Got Skills Orlando? We're going in January. And what it is it's like an urban American Idol, but instead of going to the hubs where everybody always goes, we're going to the outskirts. I could have came to Boston, but we went to Worcester and Springfield to kick it off. And then the finalists from these cities around the country will meet us to perform with our headliners in Las Vegas for our first annual Grill and Groove Music Festival, which goes from 12 o'clock noon in the daytime to 12 o'clock at night, 3 days in a row. And they can come and put their grills up, sit there, listen to them good music all day. There'll be 18 concerts throughout that weekend.
Right.
And for one price, it'll be kind of like a Coachella thing without the drugs.
Coachella without the drugs. All right. So if folks want to get involved, where do they go if they want to get involved?
All they got to do is go to Who's Got Skills 2026 at Gmail. And if they want to participate in a competition, just send us 3 minutes under video showing what you do. I already think I found my next Patti LaBelle already. Send it a tape. If we like you, we'll reach out to you, and then we'll tell you what to do from there.
Right. All right. Who's Got Skills? I'm gonna have to check that out, man.
Yes,
I'm looking for some artists too, man.
There you go. Oh yeah, because you know, Stevie, you already know you got her. When we do your I don't know.
Yeah. I don't want to say that
You
yet.
don't say that yet. Okay. All right.
Keep that under
Watch
wraps.
out, DJ Killer.
Keep that under wraps.
Yes, sir.
Keep that under wraps.
All right.
Yeah, we know what's coming, but Yeah, so I love your music. I think you got a great future. In the end, when it comes to artists, it's all about the music. It's all about the writing. And I haven't heard anything bad from you. Haven't heard anything bad from Dwayne at all. And I'm not just saying this because I know the guy. I know music.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's
I've
true.
been doing it all my life. So I know a good record when I hear one.
I'm just glad to be part of something where we're doing music, we're getting our message across, and we don't have to be raunchy about it.
Right.
For me, that's
So
really big.
and I've said this to Dwayne. One of the things I like about what he's doing, and we both agreed on this. Music has been at a space where, like right now, you have no records at all when it comes to hip hop that's on the charts. I don't even think we got a major R&B record, a real R&B record that's on the charts right now.
That's right.
So music has gone backwards,
Yeah.
taken a huge left turn,
Mhm.
and I think it's time for it to come back.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm starting to hear that, and
Yeah.
I'm definitely hearing it with you, Dwayne.
Mhm.
I'm starting to hear it in other artists too,
Yeah.
but I think we still got a long way to go, because just think about it, right? In the 80s and 90s,
Mhm.
you know, you had Guy, you had Keith Sweat, Johnny
Mhm.
Kemp,
Mhm.
New Edition, Bobby Brown, and none of those artists sounded alike.
Right.
And even if you go back further before that, the
Oh,
George
yeah.
Clinton
Jazz
days,
Band and Lakeside and all
yeah,
that. Yeah.
even George Clinton,
Yeah.
none of his records sounded the same.
He had 1,000 records and none of them
Yeah.
sound the same. Yeah, you're right.
So, but today, a lot of the music, the beat, they all use the 808, like that's the only thing that exists.
That's all it is.
Yeah,
Right.
you know,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
not enough talent where you can go in there and
create something.
create a song.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
exactly.
And on the hip hop, again, Arrested Development
Mm-hmm.
didn't sound like Salt and Pepper.
Mm-hmm.
Two
Brothers
different-
on New School.
Two different artists
Yeah. Mhm.
didn't even use the same drum pattern.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Your Kumo D's and just so we can go on and on and on, man.
You know what I
And-
think it is when they see someone make money doing something, even if it's garbage, then you get your copycats to do the garbage.
Yeah.
We're taking a hit on doing originality first, put that before profit, and let the chips fall where they may. And
Yeah.
what I'm noticing when folks see us rolling like we're rolling and doing what we're doing,
Right.
they say, you know what, we need to do that. We need to go back to the real deal, because look at how they rolling. Look what they're doing. They're doing something right. Because they're eating good, they're riding good, they're living good, and they're doing good music.
And when you think about it and you look at where artists are today, right? You still have New Edition still touring.
Killing them.
And
I'm
those
not gonna say
guys,
the numbers. I tried to book a date, and we close, right?
right?
Even 300 racks, I couldn't get them.
Oh man,
I couldn't. You know why? Because they're getting almost 3 times that now.
yeah,
I respect that.
yeah.
So that's why the thing I sent you, I'm not gonna mention the name, but the thing I sent you with the other one in the front,
Mhm.
that's how I ended up there.
Right,
So anyway.
right. You want to say something? I'm sorry.
No, it's
Uh,
no. Go ahead.
No. No, I just, I'm just on this thing, man.
Passionate about it.
And this is for a lot of DJs, man, because I talk to other folks too, man, here in Boston, outside of Boston, and everybody feels the same way. We love doing what we do, and we want that new music to be able to introduce to folks so that they can party to whatever, however,
Absolutely.
I don't want parents to have to turn off my track. You know what I mean?
Right.
When the kids come in, I want all ages to enjoy our music, and everyone on our label, King Titus, Giants Among Men, Sons of the Prophet. We're all of us, from age 2 to 200. Anybody can listen to it. It's not
Right.
offensive in any type of way, and that's what music is supposed to be. It's supposed to bring people together, not cause tension.
Division. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And you can eat off it forever.
Come on now.
Forever.
Come on. It's almost like, okay, I like African black soap, but it's in certain markets. But let me tell you something. If I get some game and some Thai, that's going to be in every market. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So one thing I wanted to mention is that the whole thing that we're doing, the whole movement, right, is to culminate beyond the festival to the Return of the Old School movie, which we're shooting next year. Just got a green light yesterday. So
nice.
all of these are steps leading towards that. And then, of course, the soundtrack going to have all of our artists on it.
Right.
Ching, 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 ching.
And right. And let me just say one more thing, because one narrative that's been out there for a while is that artists can't make money off the music anymore. And that's not true.
That's not true at all.
That's not true.
Mm-mm.
You can't make money with the labels.
Right.
Right,
exactly.
Those big labels
That's different.
with the deals that they were giving you.
Right.
Mhm. But independently, you have so much control,
Mhm.
and there's so many ways that you can make money.
And if it's structured
Yeah.
properly, you can do it with the majors too. Because not to give a lot of it away, but the deals I got with the majors, they don't make records. We make the records, and all they do is distribute and collect for me.
Mhm.
That's it. Back
That's
in
it.
the day, they were supposed to be making records, but they were, like
Mhm.
like the boxing game. A towel costs $400. Yeah, right.
Right.
It costs $2 on Walmart. You know what I mean?
Right,
So
right.
Right.
So real quick before you leave, who are some of the artists that you listen to now? Who inspires you?
Ooh, I'm gonna have to go back in time because
And that's cool.
Sade definitely, and I've heard people say, in comparison to, and I'm beyond honored.
Right.
Sade, I love her. Luther Vandross, Isley Brothers, all the old school music. It's soulful. The lyrics mean something. It's timeless. As soon as the music comes on, it just takes me somewhere.
Right.
I do listen to the music nowadays as well. Can't really keep up with everybody's name, I'm not gonna lie. But all the rap and hip hop, I can't. I gotta enjoy the music first before I can even get to the lyrics.
Yeah.
So that's already a battle for me.
I can't tell you.
And then
any
once
of
I get to the lyrics, I'm sometimes, unfortunately, just
the music's just different.
kind of
Yeah. Wow.
not to step on anybody's toes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's all everybody's
no
art,
disrespect to anybody. It's just times are different. Times are different. People's taste buds, it's like if you came to stay at my place for a couple of weeks and I fed you chicken all week, I mean, come on, we got to switch the meal up. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's just like everybody always says.
What, chicken again?
Well, below the knees or above the knees of the chicken.
Right.
Right.
Bologna and cheese. Come on now.
Everybody always says, "Oh, the children are supposed to be our future," but this is what they're listening to.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you really open your eyes and take a look, these young kids who are still in grade school are dressing like 30-year-olds.
Yeah.
To each their own, but I don't condone it. I would never. They're supposed to be our future. They're going to be leading our country soon.
Yeah.
And
by the way, you smell very good.
oh, thank you so much.
What are you wearing, if you don't mind me asking?
I wear oils. I wear Arabian oud. So comes in different.
Oh,
Right now
okay.
today I have on some patchouli.
You know what? I'm going to have to start Arabian oil business too, because you thanks Stevie. Yes, we're going to get that popping too.
Wow. Now, I hear you have a perfume as well.
I do have a perfume in the works right now.
Could I chime in on that one?
Go for it.
Go ahead.
The same people who were behind Paris Hilton's fragrance over in England.
Yep.
Took a couple of phone calls and her picture and her music, and the deal's done.
So you have
That's
your
all I'm
own
saying about
perfume
that.
coming out.
I do.
Is it out or is it coming
It's
out?
coming.
It's coming
And she
out.
designed the bottle.
Wow.
Yeah, we're like messing with some AI stuff that's trying to give the manufacturer an idea. And she said, no, I want it to look like a paisley. At the time, I knew what the paisley print looked like, but I didn't know what a paisley looked like.
Right.
So when I told her, give me a paisley, it puts that out, and then she started messing with it. I said, that's it right there. So now that has to be the look.
Right.
So I'm trying to, like I said, I'm proud of being Black and East Indian. I'm trying to keep that
Right.
focus with everything that I'm doing. I want to
Right.
incorporate that in everything. And being blessed to work with Dwayne Omar, I get to be hands-on. I have, get to put a little input in my stuff. So
Right. And that's one of the keys, I think, for artists, because you have to use your music as a marketing tool.
Come on.
That's going to
Preach.
open doors for you for a whole lot of other things.
Right.
That's the trick.
Right.
That's the cheat code right there.
Right.
You know, take your product and market the hell out of it,
Mm-hmm.
and use that new audience that you gain for those other things like your perfume.
I grew up on stamps, all that, you know what I mean? But the Indian side also, I don't work at 7-Eleven.
Right.
I never have. My father doesn't own one.
Do the voice from she does this voice.
No.
Right?
Do the voice.
Do the
Please
voice.
do the voice.
Do it
Please
for
do the
us.
voice.
Please
And
do
let me
it.
throw it to you.
Yeah, watch
I
it.
knew it. Stop it.
You break, you buy. So I just I want there to be I want to be part of that market, especially for my people. It's It's more than that. And especially in America, it's all of us here. There's Spanish, African, Black, Puerto Rican, Chinese, Indian,
Yeah.
and I feel like I'm just blessed to be able to represent that, and I just want to keep that going. That's really my main goal.
That's dope. That's dope.
I definitely don't want to conform to reform. That's not my thing. Not my
Right,
style.
right.
That's
Well,
a
you're on the
song.
right
Conform
path.
to Reform.
You-
Write that down.
Right. You're on the
Mic
right
drop.
path. You were a great, solid producer. This guy here, I don't know how deep you dug into what he's done, but you're in good hands. And listen, I know music. That's one thing no one can tell me. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So I love the track. We popping it. I'm not playing it because I know the guy either. I'm telling you right now.
I appreciate
If it
you,
wasn't a
Steve.
good record,
Thank
I
you,
wouldn't be
thank you.
rocking it at all. He knows.
That's true.
He
And thank you
knows.
for
There's a lot of
everything
my
you
records he
said.
didn't play
Yeah.
back in the day.
Right. Right.
Well, don't worry. We got more to come.
I
Oh,
know
yeah.
you
That's
do.
just the beginning.
I know
so
you do.
Oh yeah, we got some
we get
heat.
into it.
I know you do. Any shows scheduled? I know you mentioned Vegas.
Yeah, we have a show at the end of the month.
The
Blaze
20
on the stage.
Yeah, Blaze on the stage. It's gonna be her, King Titus, Sons of the Prophet, and Giants Among Men. And I heard the composer might do a little something. That's what I heard.
Okay.
In North Hollywood, for it's an industry showcase. And Clive just confirmed with Mickey. He said Clive is coming and Universal.
Clive
and so-
Davis?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. So
If y'all don't know who Clive Davis is,
Yeah.
Whitney Houston.
Come on.
Any
Come
other
on.
names I can mention? I can just stop right there.
Right,
She's one of the
right.
biggest for sure.
That's for sure.
But well-known executive in the music industry. Wow, that's
Oh, yeah.
big. That's gonna be huge.
Oh yeah.
Wow. So wow. I'm just
Blown, huh?
Hey, you already know. December will be at the.
That's right. Urban Escape on the
'cause
Cape.
King's doing that, but she'll be there too.
Yeah, and by the way,
bring the whole family.
yep. So Urban Escape on the Cape.
Yeah.
It's a 3-day event, folks. In case you don't know,
Yeah.
there are events that are going to be scheduled during the day, and then there's going to be events at night.
Mhm.
Lots of great parties. 3 days, 3 nights, December 29th, 30th, and New Year's Eve. As he said, King Titus will be there performing. And also, as you know, I do this thing with cryptocurrency. We're gonna have a crypto and drinks and food and all kinds of stuff during the day. So go to Urban Heat. I'm sorry, yes, go to heat981fm.com and get your tickets. And it's gonna be a great event. We got Big Bub, who's also gonna perform.
That's my
Troop
man.
is coming. Adina Howard. Y'all remember Adina Howard? She's
Uh-huh.
gonna be there. Pierre the
man.
comedian.
Mhm.
And more people are being added too, from what I'm hearing.
Nice.
Cherry Dennis is going to be there, formerly Bad Boy
Right.
singer. So it's going to be a great event. If you're not doing anything New Year's Eve, and you don't even have to be there all 3 nights. Pick what night you want to come. If you want to just come the first night, second night, third night, or just during the day, or all 3, you got the option. So thank you for coming through.
Thank you for having me.
Looking forward
It's a
to
pleasure.
looking forward to hearing the entire project and what I'm hearing so far. It's there. It's there.
It's only
perfect.
gonna get better from here.
Yeah, that's it. All right, folks. This is INDY Set It Off Records recording artist. I'm gonna play this track for you one more time. We're gonna take some pictures and we'll be right back. Give me a minute, y'all. Urban Heat, R&B Talk on a Thursday. That's not it. There we go. Why ain't this playing? Oh, there we go. My fault. There we go. I got you. We'll be right back.
Can't keep it in. You walking too strong. City lights fade. Your eyes pull me near. Voice like a spell, drowning feel the same way that I do, baby. Can you keep it up? Ooh. Can you keep it up, baby? Can you keep it up? Ooh. You feel the same way that I do, baby. Can you keep it up? Ooh. Can you keep it up, baby? Can you keep it up? Ooh. Yeah, it's no surprise that you call me again. Try to tell your friends that I'm the best you ever had, but what we do, we keep between me and you. I love the way you say my name, say it again. Tell me what you want and then say it again, 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 say it again. We're wasting time. Are you mine too, babe? You feel the same way that I do, baby. Can you keep it up? Ooh. When you keep that up, baby. Can you keep it up? Ooh. You feel the same way that I do, baby. Can you keep it up? Ooh. Can you keep it up, baby? Can you keep it up? Ooh.
All right, Urban Heat, R&B Talk on a Thursday. About to get up on out of here, but yeah, what a great song there. I love that, and yeah, I don't know what else I can tell you about it, man. It's just when it comes to good music, you know, the industry has lacked it for so long, man. To hear something fresh like that, man, it's good. It's a good thing. And again, it's Urban Escape on the Cape, December 29th, 30th, and New Year's Eve. Go to heat981fm.com. Get your tickets. You can get them for all 3 nights and 3 days, or you can just get it for 1 night, 1 day, or whatever fits you, whatever your plans are for this New Year's Eve. Again, Big Bub. Y'all remember the group? Remember the group Today? That's where Big Bub is from. The group Today. He had a solo career, so he'll be there, I'm sure, performing some of today's songs and his songs from his solo album. Adina Howard, Freak Like Me, y'all remember her. She'll be in the building. Troop will be in the building. Sherry Dennis, former Bad Boy singer. Pierre, the comedian. We got Chubby Chub. We got a whole lineup of great DJs that are going to be there. It's going to be a great event. I'm going to do probably, I keep saying that it's going to be probably the last crypto workshop, but I keep doing them because people keep asking. And I'm going to say that might be one of the last ones. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because we're very close to getting to the point where the market is going to be in position where it's going to be hard for you to, you'll be able to get in, right? But to make a good amount of money, you need to start buying now while things are low. Because I'm going to tell you, before the end of the year, Bitcoin is going to be somewhere around $150,000 to $200,000. You don't have to take it from me. Just Google it from people like Trump. You know, they've been saying it. And this is the thing. I got a cough drop in my mouth. But Trump and his people and his kids have been saying it from day one. And I always tell people, do what they do, right? You know, if they're investing in the crypto and they're making money off it, why can't you do the same thing? Well, I don't have that kind of money. Well, guess what? Crypto, to invest into it, it doesn't take that kind of money. There are cryptocurrencies way under a penny that are headed to $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, $6, $7, and so on. There are cryptos out there like that right now that you can invest in and make lots of money on the short term. You can do that today, right now. So, and not just with crypto, but also with stocks. You know, when you hear them talk about trillion, and they've been talking about this a lot lately, more than I've ever heard anybody in the government talk about numbers in terms of trillions of dollars coming into the market. They've been talking about it a lot for a reason. And that is because the infrastructure is being built right now. They're using that money. There's this thing called Stargate. You can look it up. Stargate is being built in Texas right now. Right? So it's supposed to be one of the brains for AI, and that is the place in the country where one of the brains is going to be in Texas. They're building that right now. How much you think that costs? All this stuff is going to put a big surge into the market where a lot of the AI stuff in crypto is going to go crazy. It's going to go bananas. But if you're not invested, you won't make any money on it. You'll watch other people make money on it. There's about 80 ETFs. There are about 80 ETFs that are going to be approved between now and before the end of December. And quite a few of them, now that the government is opening back up, all right, with that happening, some of them will be probably approved in the next week to 2 weeks, those ETFs. That's going to put a big surge into the market. There's a lot of things that are going to happen between now and then in the end of the year where Bitcoin is going to be at $150,000 to $200,000. Just like that. And if you own a little bit of it, you don't have to have a whole coin, but if you own some of it, you're going to make money. As it goes up to 150 and 200,000, you're going to make money whether you invest 25%, 30%, 50, whatever. You're going to make money on it, right? Again, about 80 ETFs waiting for approval. And now that the government is pretty much about to open back up, a lot of those approvals are going to come very soon. The other thing that's going to happen, there's this thing coming into law. It's called the Clarity Act. The Clarity Act is going to give banks and financial institutions clarity on what they can do with cryptocurrency. They're just waiting for that. As soon as that is approved, you can best believe the market is going to surge. It was said during the shutdown that it wasn't going to happen until the first of next year. But now with this, because there was rumors saying that the shutdown was going to go all the way into the end of the year, which would have been bad for the economy and, folks with SNAP benefits and so on and so on. But now with the government opening back up, the Clarity Act is back on the desk, and it's going to get approved. There's already a couple of laws that were already approved. This law, the banks are just waiting for the green light for them to begin to advertise to you, since you don't like listening to people like us tell you the facts. The banks are going to tell you. I just hope by the time they tell you, which is going to be sooner than later, that it's not too late for you to jump in and get some of these cryptos that are pretty cheap. Because as you wait, the more people get in, what happens? The price goes up. Instead of you getting it at a penny. Once upon a time, Bitcoin was $11,000. Once upon a time, it was just a few $100s. I didn't know about it then. I wish I did. And anybody knows me that they can tell you that if I knew Bitcoin was that price or knew about it back then, I would have bought something. I'm always, if you want to get to know me, I'm that guy on the left. When everybody's going that way, I'm like, hold up. Why are they going that way? I don't know, but I'm going, not me. Nah, I ain't running because everybody, they might be running into, running off a cliff. I ain't doing that. That's me. So someone could have came up to me and said, nah, I ain't trusting the man. That sound like a scam. Yeah. I just kind of look at things a little differently. So if I would have known about it back then, I would have definitely invested. Because I look at it as something that I ain't got anyways. And if I lose the money, it's just money. It's just money lost. As much as, listen, Me and my guy, I'm not gonna put his full name out there. Got a real good friend. His name is Mark. One of my best friends. Him and I have blown so much. Growing up, we always had money, and we blew a whole lot of it. Only because we just didn't know what. That's all we knew. We knew how to get it and then blow it. We always had everything. In high school, in high school you had to pay for lunch and things like that. Not everybody had money to get lunch. You want some fries? Yeah, I got you. I mean, we were those type of kids. We would buy fries for everybody. That was a big thing. I know it sounds a little corny right now, but back then that was big. And them fries were good, man. I remember in the cafeteria, man, we go there and you just get the fries all day, man. It was a good thing. But yeah, so I think everybody should look at it this way. There's that thing. You don't want to love money anyways. It won't be good for you. If you love money like that, it'll never be good for you. And I like it, but I don't love it like that. And I treat it the way it needs to be treated. Yeah, I do. I treat it a certain way, right? The fact is, and then I'm gonna end it on this. If you lose it and you never had it, and you had the opportunity to flip it, that's what you call taking a risk. You have to take risk out here if you want to make money. I don't care what it is. If you're that person that's gonna play the tightrope, I don't want to lose anything, then you'll always be where you are. You can't complain later on down the road, and you can't get mad at the next person. And a lot of folks like to run their mouths. You shouldn't even talk about the next person because if he loses money, you lost it. So what? Big deal. It's just money. You can't take it with you. When you're gone, it's gone. Somebody else going to get it, and they're going to blow it. But the one thing you do got to know how to do, you do have to know, especially, and I learned this later in life, I know how to make money work for me now. I didn't always know that. I was never taught that. I didn't grow up with any financial literacy like most people, or most of us anyways. We didn't get that in school. They definitely don't teach it in school. We talk about that all the time. But I know what to do with it now. More than ever in my entire life. You can give me $1. I'll flip it without putting it in the markets. I'll flip a $1 bill easily. Nowadays, I know how to do that. My point is, in saying all this, we're in different times. There's things and ways that you can improve your lifestyle for yourself and your family. You just got to do a little bit of research. So when I talk about I'm telling you, because what's going to happen is it's going to make the news. They're already talking about the news, talking about it in the news a little bit now anyways. But when things really take off, I'm sure my phone will be blowing up. Steve, you were right. You were right. You were right. You were right. Right. Yeah. But I'm not going to have time to even have that discussion because I'm going to be busy managing. But that day's going to come. You don't want to be that person to say, I should have listened. Because even if you only have $300 and I got to eat. So I'm going to take half of that and use that for food because I got to eat. Okay. But you want to eat better. So take the other half. You can throw it away and get nothing. Or you could put it somewhere and have it work for you and get double, triple, quadruple of what you put in. That is real. People do it all the time. People do it every day. And I'm going to leave y'all with that. I'm out, y'all. Urban Heat, R&B Vibes is next. Enjoy, y'all.